Once upon a time, in the heart of a small village, nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling river, there stood an old, tall tree. It was the biggest tree in the entire village. Its branches stretched out like welcoming arms, offering shade to weary travelers. Its leaves rustled secrets to the wind, and its roots delved deep into the earth, holding ancient wisdom. The villagers had a name for it. They called it the Big Banyan. It was so big that it looked like an ancient giant, and to everyone, it was just a tree. No one knew the magic it held, the silent guardian of the village, watching over the people who lived beneath its canopy. One day, a young girl named Ria skipped through the village market. She was known for her infectious laughter and boundless curiosity. As she passed by the Big Ben, a sudden gust of wind rustled its leaves, and it sounded like the tree was whispering her name. Startled, she stopped in her tracks and turned toward the tree. Could it be? Did the tree just speak? But when she listened closely, all she heard was the wind sighing through the leaves. Dismissing it as her imagination, she continued on her way. Later that day, Ray returned home from playing with her friends. As she sat on the porch swing, she couldn't help but think about the mysterious talking tree. Had she really heard it calling her name? Just then, her grandfather, a man with eyes as twinkling as the stars, joined her on the swing. Sensing her granddaughter's troubled thoughts, he gently asked, "What's on your mind, little one?" Rhea hesitated for a moment before sharing her unusual experience. "Grandpa, did you ever hear the Big Banyan tree talking to me?" Her voice was filled with wonder and a touch of fear. Her grandpa smiled, his eyes filled with warmth. He looked toward the Big Banyan, and a deep sense of nostalgia seemed to wash over him. "Ah, the old banyan," he said softly. "That tree is older than the village itself. I remember when I was just a young boy, sitting under its shade, listening to the stories it whispered." Intrigued by her grandfather's words, Rhea's eyes widened. "Stories? What stories, Grandpa?" Her grandfather paused, lost in thought. Then he began to speak in a voice filled with reverence. "They say the Big Banyan holds ancient magic within its heart, magic that speaks to those who approach it with pure intentions." He turned back to Rhea, his gaze serious. "But be careful, child. Not all who seek the tree's wisdom are granted its favor. Only those with pure hearts can hear its secrets." With that cryptic warning, her grandfather's words echoed in Rhea's mind as she gazed at the majestic Big Banyan. Determined to uncover the truth, she decided to return to the tree the following day. The next morning, Rhea awoke before sunrise. The sky was a canvas of pink and orange as the sun prepared to greet the day. Today was the day she would uncover the mystery of the Big Banyan. After a quick breakfast, she slipped out of the house and raced to the tree. As she approached the Big Banyan, Rhea took a deep breath, trying to calm her racing heart. Her grandfather's words echoed in her ears. Only those with pure hearts can hear its secrets. Was she pure of heart? Well, she tried to be kind and honest. Maybe that was enough. She placed her hand on the rough bark of the tree, and to her surprise, it felt warm, almost as if the tree itself was responding to her touch. Suddenly, the leaves rustled around her, and a gentle breeze seemed to whisper in her ear, "Welcome." Rhea, overcome with joy, Rhea realized that the tree had spoken her name once more. Gathering her courage, she asked, "Oh, great Big Banyan, I'm here to learn your secrets. Please share them with me." A low rumble echoed from within the tree, and the leaves overhead swayed in a soothing rhythm. "My secrets are many, child, and they are deeply intertwined with the history of this village. But I can sense the purity in your heart, and I am willing to share some of my wisdom with you." Rhea beamed, her eyes shining with gratitude. "Thank you, wise tree. I promise to cherish your words and use them to make our village a better place." The Big Banyan rumbled softly, "That is a noble goal, little one. And perhaps that is where we should begin. For I have watched over this village for countless years, and I have seen both the best and worst of humanity here. Tell me, what do you think is the most important thing to keep our village thriving?" Rhea pondered the tree's question, thinking hard. She thought of the bustling marketplace, the friendly smiles, the helping hands. Finally, she spoke. "I believe it's the kindness we share, the way we help each other, and care for one another. That's what makes our village special." The Big Banyan rustled its leaves approvingly. "Indeed, Rhea, kindness is the heart and soul of any community. It is the glue that binds people together, the light that guides them through darkness. But it is also a source of great power, a force that can shape the very destiny of a village. As Rhea listened, she couldn't help but notice a hint of sadness in the tree's voice. "Is something wrong, Mr. Talking Tree?" she asked, her voice filled with concern. The Big Banyan sighed, and its leaves drooped slightly. "It pains me to say this, little one, but I have seen kindness fading in our village. Greed, anger, and selfishness have taken root, poisoning the hearts of some villagers. It grieves me to see this happening, for without kindness, our village will wither and die." Rhea gasped, horrified at the thought of her beloved village falling into darkness. "Oh, Mr. Talking Tree, what can we do to bring back the kindness? To save our village?" The Big Banyan regarded Rhea for a moment, its ancient eyes filled with hope. "You, Rhea, and all the children of this village, you have the power to do it. You are the future of this community, and in your hands lies the destiny of our village. All you need to do is remember the importance of kindness, to practice it daily, and to inspire others to do the same. If you can do this, Rhea, you will be the heroes our village needs." Empowered by the tree's words, Rhea felt a surge of determination. She understood that the fate of her village rested in her hands, as she embraced the tree, promising to do everything in her power to save it. The Big Banyan seemed to stir with newfound vigor. Together, they formulated a plan. Rhea would start by being kind and doing small acts of kindness every day, inspiring others in the village to follow suit. With renewed hope, Rhea rushed home to put her plan into action. She began by helping her mother with chores, assisting her neighbors, and comforting a friend who was feeling down. Each act of kindness, no matter how small, brought a smile to someone's face and warmed their hearts. Soon, Rhea's infectious enthusiasm began to spread throughout the village. Children and adults alike started performing random acts of kindness, surprising each other with gestures of love and support. The spirit of generosity was alive once more. As the days turned into weeks, the village blossomed anew. The seeds of kindness that Rhea and the Big Banyan had planted were taking root, growing into acts of love and compassion. People began to care for each other again. They helped the elderly, supported struggling families, and reached out to those in need. The atmosphere of negativity that had crept into the village was replaced by an overwhelming sense of unity and warmth. One evening, as Rhea sat by the Big Banyan, she noticed that its leaves were greener than she had ever seen them before. Its branches seemed to reach toward the sky with renewed strength. Overjoyed, Rhea understood that the tree was thriving once more. The Big Banyan rumbled, its voice filled with gratitude. "You have done it, Rhea. You have saved our village and brought back the spirit of kindness. I am so proud of you, little one." As the news of the Big Banyan's recovery spread, the entire village gathered beneath its branches. They celebrated with music, dance, and most importantly, with acts of kindness. They pledged to continue spreading kindness, love, and generosity throughout the land. And so, the Talking Tree continued to watch over the village's secret kept by the hearts of kind children who knew that even the smallest kindness could keep the magic alive. And so the legend of Rhea, the Big Banyan, and the secret of the tree that talked was passed down through generations, reminding everyone that even the smallest act of kindness could change the world.